Hi, Caroline. How you doing? So I wanted to make sure I got this to you because I read what you're writing, and you seem very concerned about this piece, and I think it's a lovely piece. I really do. I think that you really it really is. I mean, it's a gorgeous piece. There's just no two ways about it. The gate is going to fold beautifully, and when it does, it's going to reveal this really cool um, graphic with a half desert, half cactus, half pine tree. It's cool. It's awesome. I love it. So this is very good. Now, my only suggestion, well, I have a couple of suggestions. Mainly is that you've got your columns are pretty. They're not really long. They're not very long. So you have a little bit of room specifically here and here to move down a little bit. And I think that can easily be done. And I think that you could do so by probably by rethinking this column here. So what I'm getting at is this: is moving your entire columns down just so they just to end here, just so they're not so, white space is great, but this chunk here and this chunk here kind of causes ping pong effect that is actually amplified by this area right here. So we're just kind of going like this. Now, the biggest and brightest things on the page are what draw our attention the first. Unfortunately, those things shouldn't be big white areas. Okay, how do we rectify this? That's my first suggestion is pulling your column heads down a little bit, bringing the distance between your headline and your body copy down. You can move that down a little bit to buy yourself a little bit more area. And then the main thing here is alignment-wise is that this image here is not in alignment with your right margin. And you know how I feel about my guides, so why don't I just pull some of those guides out and we can clearly see that you're not in alignment. Also, another guide, why not, right? Bottom of the image, we can see that you should be in alignment down here. Technically, you could or should be in alignment there. That would be a really easy fix. This big area right here, I think is taking that sidebar right there, and here's the guide would be right there, and the other fold would be right there. So you're showing good folds, and I'm fine with the image spanning the fold. I think it's great use of grid. But this right here is concerning me because this as a separate composition is really, really off balance. It's tipping this way, like this. See what I mean? It's about to tip over. So, and I'm just talking about this panel here. So how do we fix it? I would say just take this and right align it right here. That way, it'll counter effect this whole thing. This tipping thing will just be counter affected by making it appear as though it's not ready to tip over. Okay, and then this was a great idea. I love that you changed the color. Good idea, awesome. You really got prime real estate right down here for some very that would be if I were AD in this project, I would say let's get some informational text right there. That's prime real estate. The only other thing is this image right here. You could put this in Photoshop. You're really losing a lot of detail in the dark areas. So those are almost pure black. So if you do just a levels adjustment on this, you can bring back some of the areas in the foreground of the image on the back panel. Okay, outstanding job, great job. I'm glad I was able to get you this video. So that's where I would go. Great job. Thanks so much. Hey, this thing really improved like tremendously. I know one of your classmates mentioned the same thing, but wow, it's really a pleasure. I mean, you're really improving your design right in front of us. It's very cool. Awesome. Thanks.